Well, here we are to talk about Obsession. And is it worth watching? Is it worth your time and money to go to the cinema? I went to see this movie with my daughter, and after we had walked out and we were in front of the cinema, we just said, what did we just watch? And that, I mean that in a good way. It's a compliment, because this movie kind of had you on the edge of your seat. Once it got going, it really had you on the edge of your seat. The girl, Inde Navarrette is her name, and she plays Nikki. And the boyfriend, you've probably seen in the trailer, if you've watched the trailer, his name is Johnston, and he plays Bear. Now Bear, great character. Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? I think he was a good guy, but you know, he started out a good guy with, you know, innocent intentions, innocent feelings. You know, so he's a guy that he adores this girl. He loves this girl. He's loved her for such a long time. And of course, they're just friends. He goes to get her something in a magic shop, or I don't know, one of these shops with crystals and whatnot. And he picks up a wishing stick. And so he goes to tell her that he loves her. And he chickens out, as you do. And she walks off. He, out of frustration, breaks this wishing stick. You know, I wish Nikki would love me more than anyone in the world. Innocent. But boy, does it take off there. And, you know, he's a bad guy in the end. He is a bad guy. He's a terrible person. But Nikki is the girlfriend, and she is, I mean, incredible. And she makes this movie. This movie would be very much a mid-range horror if it wasn't for Nikki. She made it. And if you've seen the Smile movie, it kind of reminds me of that, where an actress can come along and almost look different from one scene to the other. So when she's, you know, there's times where she just loses it, and and then there's times where she's creepy, and then there's times where she's been overly nice, and it's sometimes like a different actress. The acting was top notch. I think she could be a legit breakout star in Hollywood. So I hope to see her in more things. The premise is, you know, it's nothing super new, you know, and so now she's obsessed with him, and, you know, he kind of is not sure at the start. He has to work his way into believing that this wish is a real thing and it's really happening. And by that stage, it's far too late. Everything is off the rails at that stage. And it's so much fun. It's so exhilarating to watch. There was times I had to put my hand up to my face. This actress really gave it her all, I gotta say. And the ending is very satisfying. It's sad, you know, because when you really boil it down, for Nikki in the end, it was terrible, and a terrible ending, very sad. And I don't know if they can make a second one. I'd rather they kind of left it as is. But this itself is definitely a movie to go see in the cinema. Absolutely. You got to go see it in the cinema. And being that we have back rooms this week as well, I mean, what a double feature to go see. If you've got time, go see both and be freaked out for the whole weekend. And as a guy, you might, or even a girl, you might have had somebody in your past that you were, you know, you just adored, and you never told them you loved them. Well, maybe you'll be glad in the end after watching this movie. Anyway, that's Obsession. Is it worth watching? Absolutely, it's worth watching. Go see it. Go support your local cinema. Go get your popcorn and coke. Have a good time. And yeah, Thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you next time.